The right triangle check Pythagorean theorem project asks you to have a user type in 3 side lengths of a triangle, and the program will tell you or the user if the triangle lengths create a right triangle or not. So the first few questions here ask if these side lengths create a right triangle, and that's kind of the goal of this project. So we'll see if we use the side lengths 3, 4, and 5. We know 5 would have to be the hypotenuse, it's the longest side. So we'll use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We'll plug in our coordinating sides. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. We'll continue to solve, and we'll get 9 plus 16 equals 25. 25 equals 25. So therefore, we know 3, 4, 5 creates a right triangle. So again, let's try one more example. What if we had the side lengths 6, 7, and 9? Again, 9 goes on the hypotenuse, the longest side, and when we plug these in, we'll get 6 squared plus 7 squared equals 9 squared, which is 36 plus 49 equals 81. We'll simplify this further, and we'll get 85 equals 81, which of course doesn't make sense. This is not equal, which means this is not a right triangle. 6, 7, and 9 do not make a right triangle. So again, the goal of this project is we want to know if we're given 3 side lengths, like 6, 7, and 9, or 3, 4, and 5, do these side lengths create a right triangle? So right away as we jump into Scratch, the first thing we'll do is we'll hit Create to open up a new project. And you have a lot of choice on how you want to set up your project, but I decided to get rid of my cat. And what I want to do is I want to create a triangle here to start. So, a couple ways we could do this. We could draw a triangle, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a right triangle using the drawing in our sprite tool. And we can try and fill this if my lines are connected well enough here. Doesn't look like it, but we'll just use this color of a background. We'll go here a little bit lighter. Perfect. So there's my triangle. We could even create the right angle side here. And I'm going to create a few other pieces here. You'll notice in the chosen sprites, we can come into letters here. And I'm going to choose the A, the B, and the C. And again, in these letters, you can also change the colors if you please by going to costumes, and you could fill these with a different color you would want. So for example, if I wanted purple here, I could fill this with purple, and I'll make mine match here. Fill it, and my A, I can fill this. So again, what I want you to notice as we start here is you have a lot of freedom in Scratch to be creative. So I'm going to shrink these down. I'm going to put these on the corresponding sides, and this is just a label. These aren't necessary. It's just how I'm deciding to kind of decorate my project here. All right. So the first thing we'll want to do is you're going to want to decide, do you want a host? And I am going to have a host. I'll have my host be Miss Abby here. And she's where most of my code's going to come out. So when my program is talking, she's going to be the host that is actually explaining the project to my users. So when I'm in here in scripts, I'm going to have her start my project. And right away, I'm just going to explain what my project is going to do. So I'll just say, please type in 3 side lengths of a triangle. And you can always change the time on this. Maybe we want it for 3 seconds. And as I hit the green flag, she'll introduce our project here. So right away, if we want any users to have any say in our project, we need to use an ask block. So we'll say, what is the side length of side A? Now, whatever they were to type in, so if we were to run this, and I were to type in, let's say 3, enter, nothing has happened yet, but you'll notice in this answer block, if I click here, 3 is stored inside of here. So now we need a variable, and we'll call this side A. And we're going to set side A to the answer that they have typed in. So now notice the difference between this. So side A I'm going to say is 3, and you'll notice this variable piece changed here. Now something I like to do is I could drag this under side A, and I could even double click when you double click this, you get different display options. So I'll double click and I'll make it look like this. Now, of course, that's going to be part 1. You need to create this again for side B and side C. Then the part that will be up to you is we need an if then else block. So if, like we said as we were talking through this project, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, you can find a lot of math operation blocks in here, equals a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then we would display a message like, you have a right triangle. Else, so the else piece would mean if this wasn't true, then we would say, you do not have a right triangle. So you'll notice I've pieced together a lot of major parts of your project, but you will be responsible for finishing out this project. So when my user types in 3 different side links, it should calculate and it should tell you, does a squared plus b squared equal c squared? If it does, it will display you have a right triangle. If it does not, it will say you do not. Good luck.